What if the secret to staying healthy as you age isn't found in pills, gyms, or technology, but in the simplicity? The Amish, living without electricity, modern medicine, or even health insurance, continue to defy what most of us believe about aging. Their elders walk with strength, sleep deeply, and rarely suffer the chronic issues many associate with growing old. They don't rely on trends or treatments, they rely on tradition. In this video, we uncover how the Amish live longer, stay stronger, and age with dignity through timeless habits passed down from generation to generation. Number 1. Real strength through daily work. Amish elders often surprise outsiders with how physically capable they remain well into old age. You won't find them doing sets of squats at the gym, yet many can carry heavy loads, climb ladders, and move with a kind of ease and coordination that seems out of place for their age. The secret lies in the structure of their daily life, which naturally includes a wide variety of physical movements performed repeatedly with real purpose. For them, exercise is not a scheduled activity. It's simply part of survival, tradition, and productivity. Their days start early, often before sunrise, and right from the beginning, the body is in motion. Whether it's walking to the barn in the dark, pumping water, feeding animals, or hauling buckets of milk, every action involves physical effort. Unlike sedentary office work or urban commutes, their routines demand full-body engagement from morning until night. They don't sit for long stretches, and they rarely remain still unless they're sleeping. Walking is constant, across fields, between houses, into town, and it's not done on treadmills, but on dirt, gravel, and grass, often carrying or pulling something heavy. This naturally builds joint stability and improves balance. What makes this kind of movement different from modern fitness routines is its fluidity. There are no isolated repetitions or controlled environments. When an Amish man chops wood, it's not a workout, it's heating fuel. When a woman kneads bread, she's not thinking about toning her arms, she's preparing a meal. These activities may look simple from the outside, but they involve complex muscular coordination and build a kind of resilience that goes far beyond appearance. Another major factor is the variety of motion. They bend, lift, squat, twist, push, and pull, sometimes all in one task. There's no fixed routine, no leg day or cardio day. Instead, the body adapts to the demands of task at hand. Over time, this leads to muscles that are not only strong, but also highly functional. Tendons and ligaments stay active and elastic because they're constantly used in natural, practical ways. Even grip strength, which is a key predictor of longevity, remains strong because of all the tools they handle and the manual labor they perform daily. The result is not just physical health, it's confidence in movement. They don't fear stairs, ladders, or lifting things. Their bodies are prepared because their lives have trained them, not in short bursts, but steadily over years of daily effort. Number 2, no retirement, just adaptation. In Amish communities, the concept of retirement as we know it simply doesn't exist. There's no sudden stop to daily responsibilities, no final day on the job, no celebration of a career's end followed by long stretches of idle time. Instead, there's a natural and respectful shift in roles as a person ages. When you ask an Amish elder about retirement, you're likely to be met with a puzzled expression or a gentle laugh, then a response like, "Retire from what? Life?" Because in their world, age doesn't mark the end of usefulness. It's simply a transition to a different kind of contribution. An Amish man who once tilled heavy soil or raised timber might no longer have the strength for those demanding tasks, but he's not done. Not by a long shot. He might spend his days repairing tools, tending to small animals, carving wooden toys for his grandchildren, or passing down centuries-old skills like furniture making or harness mending. His hands stay busy, his mind stays sharp, and most importantly, he feels needed. That sense of usefulness is a powerful force for physical and mental resilience. It's not just about the work itself, it's about the role it plays in identity and purpose. Women, too, don't simply stop cooking, gardening, sewing, or caring for their families as they grow older. They hand down recipes, teach quilting patterns, help raise grandchildren, and remain vital members of the household. Their rhythm may slow, their tasks may shift, but their involvement doesn't fade. This constant engagement, not only with chores but with people, fosters a deep sense of connection and self-worth that doesn't end with a birthday milestone. Modern culture often praises rest and relaxation as the rewards of old age. But in practice, this leads many people to a sudden void. A loss of routine, a drop in physical activity, and often a creeping sense of invisibility. In contrast, the Amish model celebrates gradual evolution instead of abrupt stops. There's always something to do, someone to teach, some way to help. This natural continuity keeps bodies moving and minds engaged well into the 8th or even 9th decade of life. They don't chase youth. They preserve it, not by fighting age, but by flowing with it. And perhaps that's one of the most powerful secrets to healthy aging we can learn from them. Number 3, sleeping in sync with nature. When night falls over an Amish community, the shift is immediate and complete. There's no lingering glow of television screens, no phones buzzing beside the bed, no hum of streetlights seeping through the curtains. Just quiet. Just real darkness. It's the kind of stillness that's almost foreign to most people today. The Amish live without artificial lighting, without electronics, and without digital distractions. And that has a profound effect on how they sleep, how they recover, and ultimately how they age. For the Amish, bedtime isn't something pushed late into the night. They follow the natural rhythm of the sun. As daylight fades, their bodies begin producing melatonin, the hormone responsible for preparing the body for sleep, without interference. They don't need supplements or special apps to wind down. Darkness alone does the job. They ease into rest, often finishing the day with simple routines. A conversation with family, evening chores, a quiet prayer, a cup of tea, and then sleep. Deep, unbroken sleep that typically lasts over 9 hours. That's not just quantity, it's quality. More time spent in deep sleep means more muscle repair, more balanced hormones, and stronger bones. It means better immune function, sharper memory, and even improved emotional regulation. In contrast, the modern world is chronically sleep-deprived and overstimulated. Phones emit blue light that tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. Social media feeds, news updates, late-night binge-watching, these habits delay melatonin release, shorten sleep, and fragment the few hours people do manage to get. The result? Groggy mornings, weaker bodies, more stress, and faster aging. And it becomes a vicious cycle. More caffeine to get through the day, more screens to wind down at night, less and less true rest. For the Amish, sleep is not something they fight against. It's something they surrender to. Their environment is perfectly tuned to promote rest, from the darkened rooms to the absence of late-night stimulation. Their bodies don't have to battle noise or light or artificial stress signals. Sleep is restorative because it's aligned with biology, not against it. This natural rhythm isn't just better for energy, it builds resilience. And while most people try to fix sleep with gadgets, the Amish quietly remind us that the answer might be as simple as turning off the lights and listening to the dark. Number 4, food that builds from the inside. When you step into an Amish kitchen, you're not entering a place filled with labels, calorie charts, or shelves stacked with vitamins. You're stepping into a tradition, a system that's been nourishing bodies for generations without relying on pills, powders, or packaged nutrition. The Amish don't chase dietary trends. They don't do low-carb, keto, or superfoods. What they do is simple, steady, and deeply effective. Their meals are built on whole, natural ingredients, often grown right in their backyard and prepared with care. Take milk, for instance. Not the shelf-stable kind from the supermarket, but fresh, raw milk straight from the cow. Rich in natural fats, calcium, and beneficial enzymes. That milk isn't processed to the point of being stripped down. It's alive. They turn it into homemade yogurt, thick and tangy, and into butter that's spread over fresh-baked bread. Cheese isn't just something you buy, it's something you make. And then there are the fermented foods, things like sauerkraut, pickled beets, and cucumbers cured in brine instead of vinegar. These aren't just flavor boosts, they're feeding the gut, which plays a massive role in absorbing minerals and supporting the immune system. Their vegetable gardens are real powerhouses. Beans, dark leafy greens, carrots, onions, squash, all grown without chemicals and pulled from the ground at peak ripeness. That matters more than people realize. Freshness isn't just taste, it's nutrition that hasn't faded. These plants are full of magnesium, potassium, silica, and a whole list of micronutrients modern diets tend to lack. And let's not forget bone broth. It's not trendy in their world, it's a staple. Made by simmering animal bones for hours, it pulls out collagen, gelatin, and amino acids that modern supplements try to imitate but rarely match in quality or absorption. What's missing from their table might be even more important. Constant snacking, sugar-loaded drinks, and ultra-processed snacks simply don't exist in their daily routine. They eat 3 hearty meals shared slowly with family. Eating isn't rushed. It's not background noise while scrolling through a screen. It's an event, something to sit down for, enjoy, and be part of. That slow, intentional way of eating keeps insulin levels balanced and stress hormones low, both crucial for long-term health and joint preservation. The Amish don't look at food as fuel or comfort. It's sustenance, it's connection, and most of all, it's what keeps their bodies resilient from the inside out. Number 5. Treating pain as a teacher. In the Amish world, pain isn't seen as something to fight or fear. It's a message, a quiet warning from the body that something's not right, and it deserves attention. Unlike the common modern reaction of reaching for a pill the moment discomfort hits, the Amish approach pain with patience, observation, and action. If an Amish farmer wakes up with a sore back, he doesn't ignore it or push through with painkillers numbing the sensation. Instead, he slows down. He reflects. Maybe he changes how he's lifting barrels or hay. Maybe he shifts how he sleeps. Pain becomes part of the daily feedback loop between the body and the mind. Something to work with, not silence. This relationship with discomfort comes from their deeper philosophy toward health. They trust their bodies. They believe in the idea that the body knows what it's doing, and when it signals distress, it means something is out of alignment. Pain isn't the enemy, it's a guide. A sore knee after a long day, building or harvesting, isn't something to panic about. It's a message that the joint needs rest, that movement needs adjusting, and that response doesn't come from a clinic or a prescription. It comes from within, from awareness, intuition, and the support of their community. The danger of ignoring this message, or worse, masking it with painkillers, is that it pushes the problem deeper. A numbed joint gets overused. A dull backache turns into a slipped disc. The Amish understand something many forget. Pain has a purpose. It helps prevent long-term damage by demanding short-term adjustments. And because they respect that process, they often avoid the kind of chronic injuries that sideline people in the modern world for months or years. Even more powerful is how this mindset builds resilience. When you see pain not as a stop sign, but as a useful signal, you grow mentally tougher. You tune into your body more clearly. You learn how to move smarter, rest better, and recognize patterns before they turn into problems. There's no panic in their approach, only patience and practicality. It's not that the Amish enjoy pain, but they don't fear it either. They meet it with curiosity, they treat it like a tool, and in that they preserve their strength and independence far into old age, long after others have handed over control to medications and doctors. Number 6, the power of cold and heat. While most people rely on climate control to stay comfortable year-round, the Amish live in direct rhythm with the seasons. Their homes don't have central heating systems, and air conditioning is virtually non-existent. During the cold months, the temperature inside their homes often drops to levels most would consider uncomfortable, sometimes around 50 degrees Fahrenheit or even lower at night. They heat with wood stoves, not to make the entire house warm, but to take the edge off the chill. In the summer, they open windows, sit in the shade, and dress appropriately for the heat. There's no button to press, no thermostat to adjust, just the weather and their response to it. This way of living might seem harsh from the outside, but it actually trains the body in ways modern comfort does not. Regular exposure to cold encourages the development of brown fat, a special type of fat that generates heat and helps regulate body temperature. Brown fat isn't just about staying warm, it plays a role in managing inflammation and boosting recovery, especially in older adults. When the body experiences colder temperatures, it adapts by becoming more efficient, more resilient, and more alert. The circulatory system is also challenged in positive ways. Blood vessels expand and contract more actively, keeping them healthy and responsive. On the flip side, summer heat teaches the body a different kind of adaptation. Amish families don't rely on artificial cooling to escape it. Instead, they slow down when it's hottest, drink more water, and seek natural airflow. Their bodies remain in tune with seasonal cycles of effort and rest. The intensity of spring farming eases into the more measured pace of summer chores. Autumn brings preparation for the cold, and winter naturally becomes a season of reduced workload and more recovery. It's a rhythm that balances activity and rest throughout the year. Living this way isn't about proving toughness. It's about letting the environment shape you instead of fighting it constantly. By not isolating themselves from the cold or heat, the Amish develop better temperature regulation, stronger immune systems, and greater physical awareness. Their bodies are constantly adapting, not in extreme ways, but gradually, consistently. While we might chase health through supplements and gym routines, they achieve it by simply allowing nature to do its quiet work. And in doing so, they build a kind of durable, grounded resilience that modern comfort often takes away. Number 7, real connection builds resilience. In the Amish world, aging doesn't mean fading into the background. It means becoming more rooted in the community. There's no such thing as growing old alone. Elders are never pushed aside or left in isolation. They remain in the heart of family life, living in the same homes or just steps away where generations often share the same roof. There's always a role for them, always something meaningful to contribute. Whether it's teaching grandchildren how to carve wood, kneading dough with daughters and daughters-in-law, or simply sitting at the table telling stories, their presence carries weight. They are not seen as a burden. They are the living memory, the steady hands, and the quiet backbone of the family. This deep intergenerational connection isn't just comforting. It's a powerful shield against the physical and emotional toll of aging. When someone feels needed, respected, and included, their body and mind hold up better. The stress that often comes with feeling lonely or forgotten just doesn't settle into their bones the same way. Emotional health feeds into physical resilience. The heart stays more stable. Blood pressure stays more balanced. The mind stays sharper. It's not a mystery. It's the result of living every day with a sense of purpose and connection. In Amish communities, you'll often see elders rocking on porches while children play at their feet, or joining family in the fields, even if just to watch and offer advice. Meals are shared, never eaten alone in front of a screen. Conversations are face-to-face. Laughter echoes in barns and kitchens. Silence is comfortable, not awkward. And when someone is ill or recovering from injury, the response isn't to send them off, it's to rally around them. Support is built in, not something you have to ask for. That unspoken promise of care builds confidence. It gives people the courage to keep going, knowing they won't face hard times alone. Even when the work becomes too much physically, the social and emotional fabric still holds people in place. They stay mentally active by remaining involved even in simple ways. That kind of engagement is what makes the difference between merely surviving old age and truly living it. In the Amish way of life, connection isn't an afterthought. It's the foundation. It's not just about what's on their plate or how much they move. It's about who's around the table and how deeply they're part of each other's lives. That closeness is its own kind of strength, one that modern life often overlooks but desperately needs. Number 8, lessons we can use today. We don't need to move to a farm or give up electricity to learn something real from the Amish. Their way of life wasn't designed as a health system. It just happens to create health naturally. And that's the beauty of it. It's not about tracking steps, downloading fitness apps, or drinking green smoothies. It's about living in a way that keeps the body working, the mind alert, and the spirit grounded. Their daily habits offer practical, powerful lessons we can start applying right now without changing everything about our lives. One of the biggest things we can borrow from them is how they move. Amish people don't set aside 1 hour to work out. Their entire day is movement. Not the kind that's flashy or forced, but real, useful physical effort. Cleaning the house, gardening, walking instead of driving short distances, carrying groceries without a cart. All of this adds up. When you move with purpose throughout the day, your body stays in tune. Muscles stay active, joints stay lubricated, and your metabolism keeps humming. You don't need a gym if you build movement into your everyday life. Then there's food. The Amish don't eat to escape emotions or fill time. They eat because they've worked, they're hungry, and food is meant to fuel, not numb. Their meals are simple but real. No processed snacks between meals. No apps reminding them when to drink water or count calories. Just consistent meals with whole ingredients. We can start by cutting back on processed snacks, cooking a little more from scratch, and slowing down at the table. That alone would help restore balance in most people's bodies. And let's talk about sleep. They don't fight the dark with screens and caffeine. When the sun goes down, the body follows. That's a rhythm we've lost, but it's not gone for good. Turning off the phone an hour earlier, dimming the lights, and giving the brain a break before bed can improve rest dramatically. Better sleep means faster recovery, better mood, and less inflammation. But maybe the biggest takeaway is how they treat aging. Getting older doesn't mean fading away. It means shifting your role. You stay useful. You stay needed. You pass on what you know. Even in modern life, we can keep doing that. Find something worth waking up for. Whether it's helping family, mentoring someone, volunteering, or working with your hands, purpose is the real engine of health. The Amish didn't invent wellness, they just never lost it.